What's up everyone, Rapid Reform here. So I recently got dinner with a friend of mine, and because Valentine's Day was right around the corner, we were just chatting about what we thought about the day. She talked about how it's great to show your affection to others, while I talked about how most people use the day as an excuse to buy roses, chocolates, cookies, whatever. But eventually the conversation transitioned into what we thought of when it came to relationships. So my friend happened to come from a town where most people get married in their early 20s, and she was around the same age as most of her married friends, but she was not married yet. And she even told me that she didn't really have any prospects, which made her a bit afraid that she might not get married at all. And that conversation actually reminded me how back in high school, whether it was Valentine's Day or not, I would just see a bunch of other people in relationships and think to myself, why can't I have that for myself? They look like they have everything they could have ever wanted. In other words, I would feel lonely a lot of the time whenever I saw other people that were dating and happy together. So I want to ask you, do you feel lonely at times? Do you feel like you don't have anyone to connect with? Well, in this video, we will talk about why we might feel lonely at times, and I will give you 3 reasons why you shouldn't feel lonely. But first, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you don't miss out on any new videos. Now, there is a difference between being alone and being lonely. Being alone literally means that there's nobody else around you for the moment. But being lonely is a psychological condition where you feel that you are missing something or someone in your life for a long time. Loneliness is really a subjective and personal feeling, and I think it's important to understand why most of us feel lonely so that we can reverse that feeling. So there are 3 main reasons why I think you might be feeling lonely. The first is that you don't have a healthy social circle. Loneliness doesn't just apply to intimate relationships. Often it's also because we don't have a lot of close family members or friends that we are willing to share our lives with. In order to have a healthy social circle, you should have all kinds of connections. You should have acquaintances, which are people that you talk to only once in a while, friends whom you talk to and spend quality time with multiple times a week, and close friends whom you talk to almost every day, you spend quality time with regularly, and whom you can talk to almost anything about. And you don't need a ton of close friends. Even if you can find 50 followers on Instagram who always like your pictures, okay, no, those are not close friends. Try to find just 4 to 5 people who you can spend your whole day with, not get bored, and hang out with on a regular basis. If you want to learn more about social skills that can help you get more close friends, I have several videos on my channel that you should check out, and I'll link them in the description. The second reason we might feel lonely is because we don't take care of our health. When we are bored and we have nothing to do, it's easy to consume things like porn, alcohol, and drugs because it temporarily gives us a boost of happiness. We also consume a lot of junk food, which isn't as extreme on your body but still has similar effects. While these all might make you happy in the short run, they will almost always make you less happy and lonelier in the long run. These substances release chemicals like dopamine and serotonin in your brain to make you feel good, but they also cause significant damage to your heart, liver, and other vital organs. So after you feel good for a while, you feel even more empty than before because of the damage you've done. So instead of binge drinking, smoking weed, and eating cheeseburgers every day, focus on cleaning up your body and your health. A final reason why we might feel lonely is because we don't take the time to enjoy life. Most of us work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, if not longer, in jobs that keep us really busy. Or we have a lot of other things on our plate like school, clubs, a family, and so on. When we overload ourselves, we really do ourselves a disservice. It keeps us in our own circles all the time, and it does not allow us to get out there and do the things we love. So you should quit your job, drop out of school, and go skydiving every weekend instead, right? Well, not exactly. It means that you need to set aside time in your day to do things that you want to do. Make time to go hiking on the weekend, to go out for food once in a while, and to catch up with some old friends. If you don't want to feel lonely, then don't forget to live your life to the fullest. So those are the 3 main reasons why we might feel lonely. And so here are 3 reasons why you shouldn't feel lonely. First, there's nothing wrong with being single. This is a huge one. A lot of us have a misconception that when we aren't in a relationship, we are missing out. We look at our other friends in relationships and we feel sad that we don't get the kind of experiences they do, just like I thought in high school. But you need to understand that relationships are not all sunshine and rainbows. They are really hard to maintain. While you might have someone to cuddle with, talk about your most personal secrets with, and go on dates with, you also need to consider the financial, time, and emotional investments that no one really talks about. And that is one of the best things about being single, that you have a lot more freedom to do the things that you want and to try out and meet people as much as you want. So if you're single and sad about it, don't just look at the part of the iceberg above the water. Consider the large chunk below the surface and understand that being in a relationship has both its pros and its cons. Second, you still have a good number of connections that most people in the world aren't fortunate to have. Is there someone you see almost every day that you have a conversation with? Do you have a small group of friends that always have a good time together? Are you able to chat with some of your distant relatives? Well, then you are already far above 90% of everyone else in terms of both the quality and quantity of connections you have. You are blessed with so many great people in your life which you might be taking for granted. It's not about having a special connection with someone specific. What's a lot more important is having a diverse network of quality people that you can almost always resort to. So don't think about connections that you are missing. Focus on those you already have and that can make you even stronger. And finally, there are some things in life which you just cannot control. Back to when I was eating dinner with my friend, I knew that she was working super hard towards her master's degree, and she had a puppy that's only a few months old, both of which definitely chewed up a lot of her time. So when she was afraid of not getting married, I told her that it's probably just not meant to be for the moment. If she was engaged or married, then that would have been another huge investment for her, which would have probably stressed her out even more. And that definitely made her feel better. So again, there are some things in life which we just cannot control, so we just have to leave it to God to decide what is best for us. And no matter who or what you believe in, I strongly believe that whatever happens in life is meant to happen, so there's no need to stress about that. So to put it all together, being alone and being lonely are not the same. One means that there's no one around you for the moment, and the other feels like you have an empty hole in your life which you feel like you cannot feel. We might feel lonely because we don't have a healthy social circle, we don't take care of our health, and we don't take the time to enjoy our lives. On the flip side, you should remember that there is nothing wrong with being single, that you still have a lot of connections that many are not fortunate to have, and there are some things in life which we just cannot control. All we can do is live our life to the fullest, which is entirely what we make of it. Were you inspired by this video? If so, please leave a like down below. What are some reasons you might feel lonely? What makes you feel better when you are feeling down? Are there any habits that you practice like meditation to combat that feeling of loneliness? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to rapidly reform your life for the better. Thanks for watching, have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you in the next video.